Jack Arney popped this DVD into the DVD player one night. We watched it, and we were stunned.
It really started with Jack's desire and his thought and around how God was speaking to him. So it's something that I've had a passion for missions, and this is an area that I've not been involved with, and just felt called to make the trip.
Well, there was a leadership summit, and there was an interview with Bono that I think a lot of people thought, why in the world is Bono on the stage and being interviewed? But he made a very passionate and biblical appeal to the church to take part in the suffering in Africa.
You know, here you have Bono looking at the words of Jesus, talking about what he expected his followers to do in response to knowing who he was. And Bono's observation was, where's the church?
We had several conversations around things that we wanted to not only see, but more importantly, people we wanted to talk to. This was a trip more around developing relationships.
We were going to see how we could participate in impacting the AIDS dilemma and the poverty dilemma in Africa.
I don't think I had a good perception of what I was going to see and hear and smell when I got there. I don't know that I saw anyone who I could definitely tell you had AIDS the entire time I was there. The evidence of AIDS is everywhere.
The church has an integral role in facilitating solutions to these problems, in addition to proclaiming and preaching the gospel. So the church is understanding and embracing this idea that the mission of advancing the gospel has to be integrated into the community and understood within the context of their problems, and embracing solutions to their problems. It gave us a whole new way to understand mission. As part of our exploratory journey, we were taking a trip out into the bush across the Great Rift Valley Plains to see what were the conditions out there. We knew that there was a drought in the area, which is becoming more and more common in southern Kenya. And as we drove hours and hours and hours, just covering a few miles of ground,
we came across a small area that had a little bit of water, but it's very sludgy, and here comes a woman who'd probably been walking several miles with her container to reach down into the water, and that was going to be her water for the day.
I think for many of us, we have come to believe that this is a way of life, and the people that are there that are living in these conditions are okay with it. But the reality is that the people we saw pulling water from these holes were going to take it home, and they were going to drink it, and they were going to get sick.
And you see what's happening there, and then we go on down the road to visit a village where Africa Hope had been able to put in a water well for those people, and just the sheer joy that the ladies at the well had on their faces, and just so happy and excited. To compare and contrast those was really impacting.
We were impressed and have chosen to partner with Africa Hope primarily because of the breadth of their ministry. Everything from medical to education to orphanage to water projects.
So Africa Hope embodies what we were looking for. So much so that we were just amazed by what we saw when we saw it.
There are a lot of ways that folks from our congregation can be engaged.
I think now we need to educate our body as to the needs. through meetings and videos such as this one as to what the needs are in Africa and how they can begin to gain an understanding of how they might do that, and then to find leadership among those people who are interested to begin to form a task force focusing on Africa, and then take some more short-term trips to solidify exactly what it is we'll do there.
And really just in all, when you think about Africa and the continent and the challenges that are there, it could easily get overwhelming. And could I, an individual, make a difference? Could Crossroads make a difference? Could a team of 5 people make a difference? After being on site, yeah, it's a slam dunk answer. You could easily make a difference.